Welcome to all. Today in this video we are going to show two new features of our software Vidyutik Urja PravahaSim. For that we came to our app. Now we need one power system transmission network. We already made a demo 9-bus system and we are going to fetch it from our system. Here is the 9-bus transmission network. Now the first feature which we are going to demonstrate is dynamic load variation based frequency bar graph plot feature. In this feature, based on different load active and reactive power inputs, you can check system frequency for those load values in a bar graph plot. This feature is very useful to check system frequency deviations for load variations at different times. This is helpful to check frequency stability under different load demand conditions, and the user or analyzer can take different actions based on these frequency changes. For that, first we have to select one load. Let's select load 5 for that purpose. Now in load 5, select dynamic load series option. Here you can give number of loads entries to manually enter active and reactive power values one by one, or you can make a .csv file in which you can enter the values and then fetch that CSV file from your internal storage in the app. Here I am fetching a CSV file already made by me, shown here. Now I am clicking on the load CSV button and fetching that CSV file. The file is fetched successfully. Now if I click OK, then at different load entries, different frequency plots will be shown. I am clicking on OK, and here the frequency plots are given. If the frequency is 50 Hz, then a green bar will show. Here it's a 50 Hz frequency, so green bar is showing. These two are above 50 Hz, so blue bar is showing, and rest all others are below 50 Hz, so a red bar is showing. These all are the frequency bars under different load conditions. Okay, now second feature is in app dynamic code writer. This in app dynamic code writer will work when there is a fault in the system. To show this, we have to do a fault analysis. So I am taking a fault in bus 7. I am connecting the fault with bus 7. Now I am giving the fault impedance file. Now there is a fault occurred in this system. Now this dynamic code writer module of our software can be utilized to simulate any power system logic operations. In this code writer, the pre-fault and post-fault voltages are dynamically fetched from the previous fault analysis results using VPE and VPO variables. Based on the pre-fault and during fault voltages and using other logics, user can do different analysis simulations in this code writer and execute module. To illustrate that, we have the I2P 9-bus system. A fault has been simulated at bus 7, which I shown already, with the fault impedance 0.25 plus 0.25J. Now I am doing LG fault analysis simulation here. Here is LG fault simulation is done. Now if I click on the fault icon and select the open prompt writer, then the code writer is appeared. Here is the code writer. Here I can write any logic to execute them and show the results in the below box using results variable. For example, I already made some logic code. In this logic, using the pre-fault and during fault voltages, the voltage dip percentage is calculated. Next, a logic is written to check the severity of the fault. Next, to visualize the pre-fault and during fault voltages deviations, a manual plot-like structure is made using this plot function. Now, at last, this result variable is there to print all the above analysis results. Now, I am clicking on the execution button, and yes, the result is shown. It is the pre-fault voltage. It is the during fault voltage. Here you can see the voltage dip during fault is 64.28%, which is very clear, and the status also shown it is severe fault voltage very good. Now here you can see a bar graph like structure made using this plot function. Here you can see that pre-fault voltage is this much greater than the during fault voltage. Using this you can get a visualization like a bar graph in our in-app dynamic code writer. This is an example, and user can do any kind of logic simulation here based on their requirements. So these are two new features of our software PravahaSim. We firmly believe that our Swadeshi software will be a competitive alternative to the commercially available foreign software packages. It will help engineers, industry and academia immensely. For more details and download, visit our website www.pravahasim.co.in. Thank you.